nominate Honorable Tajuddin Abbas.
I so second.
I rise to humbly accept the nomination.
Is hereby declared the winner and returned elected as the Speaker of the House of Representatives.
Leveraging technology is crucial for fostering good governance.
Legislative activities in the Green Chambers of the National Assembly gets a boost as digitalized hearing room comes on stream.
The members sacrifice maybe 50% of our salary for a period of 3 months or 6 months.
And lawmakers appeal to Nigerians to shun proposed nationwide protest, accept 50% salary cuts. Hello again, and thanks for joining us on another episode of the program House Ticket, where we educate you on the activities of lawmakers in the House of Representatives, Federal Republic of Nigeria. The House, during plenary of last week, held a special session for the unveiling of the new 2024 Olympic sports kits. The session was one of the high points of plenary last week. On legislative business, it considered an amendment to the 2024 Appropriation Bill while entertaining bills and motions on various matters. We'll also take a look at some other business from the committee rooms, where the 10th House scored another first with the commissioning of a digitalized committee room. All of these reports when the program begins fully after the break. Don't go away.
Hi, about that. The House will pay priority attention to participatory budgeting process and delivery, law reform, electoral reform, women's participation and inclusion in governance, among others.
Thank you for staying tuned. On Tuesday, 16th July 2024, the Speaker of the House, Right Honorable Abbas Tajuddin, announced the death of a member of the House, Representative Abubakar Adams Ekene. Representative Ekene, who represented Chukun Kajuru Federal Constituency of Kaduna State, passed away in the early hours of that Tuesday in Abuja. He was the Chairman House Committee on Sports. In a condolence message read at a brief plenary session, Speaker Abbas announced Representative Ekene's passing with deep sorrow.
Born in 1985, Honorable Ekene Abubakar Adams was not only a devoted public servant but also a distinguished football administrator and club owner in Nigeria. His remarkable journey from managing Cttee Football Club, a football club based in Kaduna, to serving in the House of Representatives attests to his versatility and steadfast commitment to the progress of our society.
In line with the House tradition, the lawmakers adjourned sitting to honor the late lawmaker after observing a minute of silence.
May his soul rest in peace.
Speaker Abbas immediately led a delegation of the House to the Abuja residence of late Honorable Ekene, where he condoled the wife and the parents. Prayers were offered for the repose of the soul of the late lawmaker. May his soul rest in peace. House Ticket continues with activities during plenary proceedings for Wednesday 17th and Thursday 18th July 2024. Topping deliberations were the 2024 Appropriation Amendment Bill, the Tax Act Amendment Bill, and a special session organized to present the newly unveiled 2024 Olympic sports kits. The reporters compiled is presented from our studio.
Help us with thy grace to do only those things that will promote the unity, peace, happiness, and prosperity of Nigeria.
On Wednesday, 17th July 2024, the House received a letter from President Bola Ahmed Tinubu with the subject matter Transmission of Appropriation Amendment Bill 2024 and Finance Act Amendment Bill 2024 for consideration and passage.
The Appropriation Act Amendment Bill 2024 seeks to amend the Principal Act to provide the sum of 3 trillion 200 billion naira for renewed hope infrastructure projects and other critical infrastructure projects to be undertaken across the country, and 3 trillion naira to meet recurrent expenditure requirements necessary for the proper operation of the federal government expenditure, which is to be funded by the expected revenues accruing to the federal government. Furthermore, the proposed amendment to the Finance Act 2023 are required to impose a one-time windfall tax on the foreign exchange gains realized by banks in their 2023 financial statements to fund capital infrastructure development, education and healthcare access, as well as public welfare initiatives.
The House then went into an executive session, and upon resumption, the Speaker commented.
Members have deliberated on issues of welfare and security of citizens of this great country and have resolved to pursue same vigorously for the peace and good of the nation.
Moving on, the leadership of the House on same day during a special session at plenary announced the donation of 100 million naira to the 2024 Olympic Paralympic contingents at the forthcoming Commonwealth Games holding in Paris, France. Speaker of the House, Right Honorable Abbas Tajuddin, who was represented by the Deputy Speaker, Right Honorable Benjamin Kalu, disclosed this during the special session organized for the purpose of presenting the newly unveiled 2024 Olympic sports kits. Speaker Abbas, in a letter read by his deputy Benjamin Kalu, solicited financial support from spirited Nigerians for the delegation.
The responsibility of funding should not rest solely on the government. The private sector and citizens alike must collaborate to support our athletes. Investment in sports are investment in the unity and future of our nation. Today's gathering is an expression of our unwavering support for you, our Olympian.
Earlier in his welcome address, Deputy Chairman of the House Committee on Sports, Representative Mohammed Buba Jajeri, stated that the loss of the Chairman of the Committee on Sports, late Representative Ekene Abubakar Adams, was not only a loss to the House but to the entire sports community. He speaks further.
There is no gainsaying, therefore, that our Olympic fortunes has dwindled from 2 gold, 1 silver and 2 bronze medals in 1996 at Atlanta, USA, to only 1 silver and 1 bronze medal at the last Olympics in Tokyo, Japan in 2020. It is therefore in the bid to stop this dwindling fortune that the committee consulted with the People's Speaker to ensure a turning point in the history of our sports in Nigeria.
Lawmakers also made contributions during the session.
We always don't prefer the athletes in capturing their request for budget. The budget request for Olympic for 2020, the next Olympic should have started in next year's budget.
Being patriotic is actually the most important thing. And I want to say that what you've done today, the reason why you're here, the reason why you're going to Paris, is because you are patriotic Nigerians.
The delegation was led by the Minister of Youth and Sports, Senator John Eno. He delivered a goodwill message.
I appreciated the fact that other than the president of our country, President Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, rewarding our sportsmen and women in August of 2023 with a ministry of their own, the Ministry of Sports Development. This will be the next most significant event that we'll be holding that, in the estimation of the ministry, gives so much recognition to the sports sector. The sports sector never gets this kind of recognition. So I thank this House and I thank the leadership of Speaker Abbas for making this to happen.
Some of the athletes who spoke during the session eulogized the lawmaker for the overwhelming support extended to the team and promised to make Nigeria proud.
On behalf of Team Nigeria, I want to say a very big thank you for your big work, for bringing sports at large in Nigeria.
We have decided to start the ball rolling, to kick it rolling, with a sum of 100 million naira to support the team.
Still on the same day, a bill seeking to amend the Appropriation Act 2024 to provide for the issuance of 6.2 trillion naira from the Consolidated Revenue Fund of the Federation passed second reading on the floor of the House. The executive bill was presented by the House Leader, Professor Julius Ihonvere.
The total sum of 3,200 billion naira for capital expenditure and the sum of 3 trillion naira only for recurrent expenditure for the year ending on the 31st day of December 2024, HB 1610, be read the second time.
The bill scaled second reading without a debate and was referred to the House Committee on Appropriations for further scrutiny.
Those in favor of this motion should say aye. Aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it.
Similarly, a bill for an act to amend the Finance Act 2023 to impose and charge windfall tax on banks and provide for the administration of the tax and for related matters was presented for second reading. Again, the bill received a yes vote without any debate and was referred to the House Committee on Finance for further legislative action.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Bill referred to the Committee on Finance for further legislative action.
The House on Thursday, 18th July 2024, considered several motions of urgent public importance, one of which was an appeal to the proponents of proposed nationwide protest to maintain peace, eschew violence, and open the windows of meaningful engagements with the governments at all levels in order to address their issues. It was moved by Representative Ibrahim Ayokunle Isiaka.
In a world that is constantly changing and evolving, no nation is immune to the complexities of governance and development. The road to change is not easy, and the journey towards a brighter future often fraught with obstacles. But we must not lose sight of the incremental steps that have been taken by this government, the reforms that have been implemented, and the strides that have been made towards a more prosperous Nigeria.
In his prayers, Representative Isiaka urged Nigerians to consider a broader perspective, to act with wisdom and foresight, and to support efforts towards a more stable, secure, and prosperous Nigeria, and that the motion be communicated to all relevant stakeholders and the public to promote a peaceful and constructive approach to addressing national issues. Several lawmakers gave their contributions.
It's about time we take the message to our various constituencies and begin to appeal to them to be a little patient. Mr. President did not mince words when he said there will be difficult times, but it will not last forever. It is delayed gratification for greater gain. Let us wait a little longer.
I believe, with all honesty, the organizers of the protest, the young people that are calling for the protest, have not put necessary steps to make a confirmation or consultation from the government of the Federation and the government at all levels. In that way, Mr. Speaker, calling protest directly to the street will definitely turn down the peace and unity of our dear nation.
I believe there are people behind this protest. It's not that people are just doing it by themselves. And I think DSS must work hard to find if they can at least be able to scout and get those people that are instigating or the leaders of these protests so that they can dialogue, we can dialogue with them. Let's talk to them.
There is serious hunger in the land, and I think we should all come together to try to solve this problem. This has past time of politics. This has past time of blaming one person. I think the leadership of this country should please look for those people who will join hands with them to see how well we can solve the problem facing this country.
Our youths are roaming the streets after graduating from schools, from universities. They are roaming the streets. Some of them are now growing at now 40, 50 years old. And it is their fundamental human rights to live a worthy life as a member of human race. Mr. Speaker, it's our duty in this parliament to sharpen government policies and drive them to achieve the goals before us.
Today, we have demonstrated in this House, contrary to what social media and others think, we not only have a sense of purpose, but a sense of mission for the betterment of Nigeria and the conditions of our people.
I'm moving that we amend that prayer to include that members sacrifice maybe 50% of our salary for a period of 3 months or 6 months to help Nigerians and to show that we are in support. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
The motion was voted on, adopted as amended, and referred to the House Committee on Humanitarian Affairs.
Aye. Those against you say nay.
Nay!
The ayes have it.
If you just joined us, the program is House Tickets, coming to you on the parliamentary channel of the NTA. Before the break, we brought you a summary of proceedings from the Green Chambers during the week under review. Still talking legislations, you will recall that the House in plenary on Wednesday, 28 February 2024, considered a bill seeking to amend the Chartered Institute of Purchasing and Supply Management of Nigeria, CIPSMN, Act 2007, to bring it in tandem with the obtains in the practice of procurement across the globe and for related matters. The bill was referred to the House Committee on Public Procurement for more robust legislative input from procurement practitioners and stakeholders. In his remarks during the public hearing on Monday, 15th July 2024, Speaker Abbas Tajuddin, who was represented by the Majority Leader of the House, Professor Julius Ihovere, emphasized on the importance of public hearings in ensuring open and participatory legislation.
Let me emphasize that public hearing is a key legislative process put in place by the Parliament to provide relevant stakeholders and other members of the public a robust window to be part of the parliamentary practice. In so doing, your views, feelings, and aspirations are captured in the legislative framework to guarantee better legal outputs. Speaking
earlier at the hearing, Chairman of the committee, Representative Idem Unyime, noted that the CIPSMN bill is, however, a priority seeking to modernize the profession and enhance proficiency among practitioners.
A priority because of the important role it has played in shaping professionals in the field of purchasing and supply chain management in Nigeria and the development of high-standard professional skill, ability, and integrity among all those engaged in procurement practice.
Speaking at the hearing was the Director of Civil Infrastructure, Nasir Bello, who represented the Director General of the Bureau of Public Procurement, BPP. He stated that allowing the amendment being requested by the bill will bring the institute in conflict with the mandate of the Bureau. He, however, emphasized the need for specialization and sector-based professionalization in public procurement in alignment with global best practices.
The Parliament should rather discourage the return of the dark age and promote a new world where people are poised for choices that provide superior services and products with the highest standard, highest level of ethical standards and customer service delivery. The Bureau recognizes competition, which is key to effective implementation of a sustainable procurement and adherence to ethical standards. No one institute should be allowed to manipulate or influence or absorb the functions of the other.
Other invited stakeholders made their positions known at the hearing as well.
You cannot train people on procurement and leave supply chain management out, because that was what distorted the entire countries of the world today. So taking people in procurement and understand public procurement with regards to also private sector procurement as well as supply chain management is the intent. That is the new drive.
And I'm really shocked that EFCC, ICPC and other anti-corruption agencies are not here. Why am I saying so is because we have said it over and over again in the last 10 years that procurement alone accounts for over 70% of total corruption in the public sector. Yeah, this has not been challenged because it was a research we conducted. So we need to do all that is possible to correct these anomalies.
After their submissions, the chairman assured them that the committee will carry out all necessary steps to ensure that their submissions are given appropriate consideration.
Be rest assured that we'll do justice to all the issues raised.
In another development, Speaker of the House, Abbas Tajuddin, has said the 10th House will commence the process of amending its standing orders to accommodate e-petitions and facilitate the use of information and communication technology, ICT, in receiving and processing public petitions. Speaker Abbas stated this at the opening of the newly digitalized hearing room of the Public Accounts Committee and unveiling of the Public Accounts Committee News, a quarterly magazine of the committee. This was on Monday, 15th July 2024. The Speaker noted that the transformative step is a first of its kind in Nigeria and will enable more efficient, transparent and accessible petition procedures, allowing citizens to engage with the legislative process more effectively.
The Nigerian House of Representatives is deeply committed to this goal, recognizing that leveraging technology is crucial for fostering good governance and inclusive participation. By investing in the state-of-the-art digital infrastructure and continuously updating our technological capabilities, we aim to set a benchmark in legislative excellence and responsiveness to the needs of the Nigerian people.
Earlier, Chairman of the committee, Representative Bamidele Salam, expressed the committee's commitment to legislative excellence and responsiveness to the needs of the Nigerian people by investing in state-of-the-art digital infrastructure and continuously updating technological capabilities.
It is our belief, Mr. Speaker, that if we are able to sustain this initiative, and we do hope we will sustain it, it will make our work faster and place less burden on the ministries, departments, and agencies that work with us. And we'll be able to turn in more reports than we had ever done.
Invited guests gave goodwill messages.
I'm glad to say that we will continue to partner with the committee because it is the report and account of the Office of Accountant General of the Federation that goes to the Auditor General of the Federation, on the basis of which reports are rendered to the Public Accounts Committee.
This landmark achievement, no doubt, is capable of catapulting the cause of PAC to the forefront in terms of practices in the conduct of public hearing on Auditor General's report, not only within Africa, but the world at large.
High point of the event was the official commissioning of the digital hearing room, as well as the unveiling of the Public Accounts Committee News magazine. And that's it on House Ticket for today. Hope you have been enlightened on how the legislature functions as an arm of government. Keep a date with me next week on this station for a fresh episode. Remember to stay safe always. Bye-bye.